Hi everyone, welcome back to Little Hope. So the last episode ended with John's death because we couldn't finish the quick time event. So yeah, and now it's Angela and Andrew. Ah, nice. So the games are out for a while, so I know that this is a premonition for the next game. It's pretty cool that they did that. Oh look. There's the... Is that another one? So that's another swing. Now we're basically, I think, in the house that burned down in the 70s. It's only Angela and me, and I don't know. I really hope that we can at least save Angela. What do they want me to examine here? Oh. James and Anne, November 4th, 1948.
You're gonna want to see this.
I know who I married, and it wasn't John.
The Modern Guide to Successful Parenting by Andreas Vogel.
Maybe if we'd had kids of our own, none of this would be happening.
Parents unhappy with their own upbringing can overcompensate. They might not want their children to feel the same as they do about their own parents. They yearn to be friends with their offspring, so parents accept theories that encourage love as a solution to conflict. This leads to the belief that if their children misbehave, they should not be angry or punish them, but instead indulge in ever greater displays of love. Spoiling a child in this way has grave consequences. Children become demanding and disagreeable. Parents suppress anger at their child's behavior, but cannot keep a lid on their frustration until they explode, frightening and confusing the children. The parents feel guilty and at a loss with what to do, feeling a new cycle of misbehavior. The problem lies with parents trying to be patient when patience is exhausted and the child needs correction. They are indecisive or irresolute when firmness is required. If no one corrects him, the child will only escalate his behavior until his provocations becomes so serious that his parents snap. It's interesting that it's written in the he form, basically. An eruption restores peace temporarily, but there is a danger in the aftermath. Parents who feel guilty at losing their temper forget to give their child time to endure his punishment. Instead, they attempt to undo the correction by easing penalties. Discipline requires consistency. Both parents must hold the line against a rebellious child and punishment follow through. Should one parent relax the discipline because of laziness or guilt, they leave an opening for a naughty child to exploit. Setting limits. Parents must set limits, and indeed a child prefers his parents to be firm, provided they are also fair. This is essential training in getting on with other people. Without it, the child believes the world will conform to their demands and tantrums. Such spoiled children are often shocked by the real world and cannot cope in an environment that does indulge their whims. They face becoming unpopular or learning the hard way how to socialize with others. Parents must actively intervene in establishing limits. A child that balks can be forced to do what's asked of them, whether it's stopping them drawing or turning the TV off. A well-adjusted parent can stand up to their children while maintaining friendly relations. Be firm in the face of refusal or yelling. In time, the child will learn where the boundaries of acceptable behavior lie. Bad manners. As he progresses towards adolescence, a child is apt to lose his manners. He talks tough, leaves his shoelaces untied, oh, that evil child, and arrives at the dinner table with dirty hands. Many things are happening here. He's adopting models of behavior of other kids his age and asserting his independence. He's fine with this behavior. Parents imagine the child has forgotten all they've taught him, but he hasn't. He knows good behavior from bad, or he wouldn't rebel against it. Parents should understand that their child is growing up normally. Angry feelings from a child are normal. Parents should acknowledge these without excusing misbehavior. A child needs to understand the difference between hostile feelings and hostile actions. The basis of well-adjusted behavior is the ability to recognize feelings and decide how to act on them. Some boys may show no open rebelliousness, while girls show less bad manners than boys. Attentive parents can detect a change of attitude. They may Oh no, oh no, oh no, Amy. Oh, not good. Okay, so how do we, and what do we do? I looked at that. This is probably still locked because I can see it's barricaded from... So, but there's nothing else, right? We should board that up. Oh, it's...
They don't care.
This is similar to the drawing that we found at the playground. Seems to be nothing, which is good. Letter from Reverend Carson, September 71. Reverend Leonard Carson, St. David's Church, September 9th, 1971. Dear Anne, thank you for your letter regarding Megan. I understand your concerns and assure you that your daughter's rebellious behavior is not unusual. I've helped parents with similar issues and would be happy to help with Megan's moral guidance. Oh God. Hebrews 12:11 says that all discipline seems painful rather than pleasant, but later it yields the peaceful fruit of righteousness. Please see me after the service on Sunday so we can arrange time for some personal instructions, Reverend Carson. Okay, so they were a little bit lost with how to deal with, oh, that's the clock. There's a key. The remains of an old grandfather's clock, an old key is hidden inside. Yeah, can we get that key? So that is the letter that we just read. This is linked to the fire caused by the child. The family going through a difficult time had a book on how to discipline children. Then we have the book. The family was trying to find ways to control their children's behavior. A child's drawing showing a small girl with a doll, while a dark figure looms over her. Oh yeah, remember when we had that, when we were in the 70s and before the house fire, the girl was talking to someone that we couldn't see, but then we actually could see, and it had its like long dark fingers, like this figure in the drawing. The family was trying to find ways to control their children's behavior. Okay. Don't know why this is. Yeah, James can be seen sitting in the front of the picture. Yep. A wedding photo of James and Anne. James worked at the factory. And then we have this is new. Marks scratched into the wall. I've lost everything. That was in the prison. Anthony was held. Oh! That was Anthony's. Okay. Anthony was held in the police station when he was arrested after the fire that killed his family. A clipping that shows Anthony Clark walking free from the police station. The words "burn in hell" are scribbled over it. The words "I've lost everything" were found in the cell of the police station where Anthony was held. We can we grab the key? We cannot. Okay, interesting. Okay, we've looked at this. We tried that. Okay, let's go up the stairs then, I guess.
You hear that?
I did. Can only be the girl. Let's go find her. She's in here. Stay here.
Hey, Bigfoot, mind the goddamn vinyl, will ya?
Andrew? What are you doing?
It never gets old, does it?
He knows I was about to confess all to the judge.
No,
Will
wait.
you protect me? You must.
Wait, this isn't right. No way.
I assure all gathered here today that our town will be free of the devil's grasp. Together, by God's grace, little hope will prevail. My word on it.
This court is hastily convened, but with good reason. If we are to finally rid ourselves of the evil which has infested Little Hope, then we must act today. I accuse you, Mary, of witchcraft. What say you, Reverend?
The evidence, as discovered through my investigation, is beyond question. Mary uses her puppet as a familiar to summon and serve the devil.
We have been deceived by a child, by her guise of innocence. This
he did the 180,
was
the priest.
mistakenly used to denounce Tabitha, but it has always belonged to Mary and Mary alone. She allowed her own kin to be executed as she watched in silence.
That is not so. Liar!
Now this tainted child, this creature of Satan, has the marrow to accuse me, a man of God, of wrongdoing.
Whatever she pulls, do not fall for her little girl act. She may be a child, but there's no doubt she means harm. She's malicious.
It was never my intention to bring harm to this town or its people. Can you not help me?
What can I do? If I could do something to stop this, I would, but...
Now in her hour of greatest need,
I don't
this
see
child
how.
of the damned pleads once more for the devil's help.
I beg the court's indulgence. Please guide me at this time. I seek your counsel. No question there's something very wrong here. Right in the heart of this place.
There can be no doubt that Little Hope is afflicted. That darkness has taken hold of our town.
There is not a man or woman here today who does not already know the devil is in our midst. The sole purpose of this court is to remove evil, not indulge it further. Our time is not for wasting.
Listen to what he's telling you. Mary's the one to accuse.
How do I make my decision?
No, I don't want to make the decision. Oh God.
Condemn an innocent to die. The only way I can see out of this is to get rid of that damn doll. Destroy that and... The puppet must be cast asunder. Maybe this all goes away. It is the cause of Mary's affliction. It holds her in its thrall. Destroy
Oh, and
this
it's
puppet,
also not true.
and the devil will depart Mary. She will be restored, an innocent child.
Reverend, burn the puppet. Destroy it.
You must not act in haste. The girl must face the full consequences of her
My
deeds.
authority is not for questioning. Do as
Exactly.
I ask.
Oh shit.
You've done everything you could. Whatever happens, it's not your fault.
Oh, I don't know. This is one of those moments where every decision feels wrong.
Do we think that's it?
I figured that if the doll... And then that would be the end of it.
That
You
would be
made the
too
right
easy.
decision. There's no way you could have known what was going to happen. Let's just get out of here.
I don't know, I would stay in that house. Except the Amy thing that's in the basement. I think the upper floor is fine. I mean, there must be morning at some point. Like, the sun has to come up at some point as well. Right? It is day. Whoop!
Hey,
Vince.
I'm talking to you. Hey! You should have stayed away. Never come back here.
I have my suspicions. I won't say
I'll
it
never
yet, but...
forget or forgive you for what you did.
See? Oh. He's the bus driver. Andrew is
want
the
any
bus
trouble,
driver.
okay?
Or Anthony.
We're going. And we're not coming back.
The only place you should be heading is hell, you goddamn murdering son of a bitch. That's him!
What?
Look out. That son of a bitch has a gun.
What the hell is this about?
You seem a little confused.
No, please. Wait. You don't understand.
He is the bus driver. When he ran into the fire, he lost his eye. Yeah. Wow. Oh my god. I mean, oh, he got his ear burned.
We're diverting all traffic through Little Hope. You okay, buddy? You seem a little confused.
Yes, I think he never wanted
Yeah,
to go
I'm
back to
fine.
Little Hope.
I just want to get these folks to where they need to be.
I doubt a short delay will trouble him too much.
Say, they were all not real. I knew. Oh, and we were, yeah, of course. So is it possible that we made up these people because we felt such a guilt because of the house fire?
Can everyone just shut up? This isn't helping us find help or getting us out of here.
See, we were on
there.
our own.
How you doing? Excuse me, but we're looking for our bus driver.
What?
Have you seen him?
Yeah, that's funny. Sounds like you could use a drink.
Better not, thanks. Need to keep a clear head. You shouldn't be drinking right now. I don't think it's a good idea.
Drinking's all I got left.
But, oh no, not even that is real? But Little Hope is definitely a deserted place. Okay, that looks really bad then.
Hey! You motherfucker, you! You take a goddamn shot at me? Quit hiding in there!
Hey, cool it. I was trying to help. Didn't you see that thing?
What are you talking about? Ain't nothing out here.
Oh god, it's all in our head.
They're coming.
I don't think he gets how bad a mess we're in. It's okay. I'm gonna be just fine.
But we saved Angela. But she's not real. There was no one to save. Oh wow. Oh god. That's so sad.
That's it. Game over. You're done. For now, at least. You could always try again, see if you can get a different result. That's the problem with demons. If you don't lay them to rest, they will haunt you forever. Not a bad effort. Some found redemption, some didn't. All your doing. And you eventually found him. The bus driver. Maybe he can now put the past behind him.
Man, I can't believe
Until
it.
we meet again. Maybe in the Arabian desert. Maybe somewhere else. But we will meet again. At least one more time.
Nice. This is when they already knew they're gonna make the next one. I think it's called House of Ash? Or Ashes? That was amazing! Oh my god, that was such a cool game. I liked it even more than The Quarry, to be completely honest. And Men of Medan was a really cool one. But this just like cranked it up a notch, I had the feeling. Like it was way more horror, which I always really enjoy. I also like horror movies, so that was awesome. And the twist at the end, if I wouldn't have probably watched too many movies and played too many games in my life, I would have been completely mind blown by the ending, which I still am, because when I said it in the beginning of the game that I suspect that it might just be us, I had no idea that we were the bus driver, that Andrew was the bus driver. And I wonder though, what is real and what isn't real. So clearly the people that were around us when we were Andrew were definitely not real. They were a manifestation of our guilt, and we were trying to save them throughout that journey. We had to go to Little Hope, even though we didn't want to, I think. And we made up these people, and we put us back into being a young adult, and we felt the responsibility somewhat to save them again from what happened to them, I would say at least 30 years ago. And I just don't know what the third time period basically is, where the witch trials happened. I wonder if this is also just a... how would I say that? Also just a way of... Because these witch trials really happened, right? And Andrew, or / Anthony, they grew up in the town. He was very familiar with the history of the town, because he lived there for such a long time. And so he knew all about the witch trials, the witch hunt in general, all the politics, and also the story probably about Mary. So I wonder that going back to Little Hope just revoked all of these memories, and then his mind combined them with what he experienced when he was younger, plus what he knew from the witch trials, and he kind of also probably... he had this feeling of, what was her name? The girl in the 70s. Not Mary, but the other one. But let's call her Mary, but the present Mary, so to say, the 70s Mary. That he felt his sister was responsible for the fire. I mean, objectively, she clearly is responsible for the fire, right? She put the doll next to the fire. But the girl herself, she had mental problems too. That was probably the manifestation with this like creepy thing that was following her and telling her what to do. So he clearly knew, objectively, his sister was responsible for the death of his whole family, including herself. But on the other hand, he knew she's just a child. Can she be fully made responsible for what happened? And I think this is exactly what happened then in the past, right? During the witch trials. Mary was a child. She was probably being bewitched by the priest who was telling her what to do. She was brainwashed by him. And therefore, it was hard to say, is it really her fault? Is she malicious, or is she just being turned into an evil girl, let's say, quote unquote, because of an outside influence? And I think maybe this backwards view is by Anthony or Andrew is a way of dealing with that emotions that he has towards his sister. Is she guilty? Is she responsible for the deaths of his dad, his mom, his sister, his brother? Is she responsible for that? So that's I think what this past witch trial or 1600s episode is about. Dealing with his feelings towards his sister. Is she guilty? Is she not guilty? How much can you make her accountable for what happened when he was a young adult? So I think this is all what happened in the past, and then obviously in the present, what we then had was dealing with the guilt, and also like his own guilt, because he lit the fire in the kitchen. So one is basically the feelings towards his sister and her guilt and her involvement in the events, and the present is his involvement in the events, because he had these the matchlocks in his hand. He lit the fire, and he couldn't save anyone. He tried to. We remember he tried to save his sister by telling her climb down the drain pipe. He was there when his brother died. His mom was locked in the bathroom and she suffocated. So he couldn't help. That is his guilt that he's carrying with him. So this is my interpretation of it. If you have a different interpretation, please put it in the comments. I would love to read a different interpretation of the events and a different view of the game. But this is mine, and it kind of makes sense to me clearly, otherwise I wouldn't have come up with it. But it's a cool game. It's because it has so many angles, you know, that it is not that easy to interpret, and there are probably a lot of interpretations of that game out there. And I would love to hear yours. I'm absolutely happy with that game, and now we're going to watch the preview for the next one.
We'll start believing.
Ashley,
We
this
are
day.
under attack by I don't know what. You wouldn't believe me even if I tried. Hell, I don't believe it and I was there.
In Sumerian myth, they say the souls of the dead went deep underground to the House of Ashes.
Yep, that's the name of the
where
game,
they
House of
lived
Ashes.
on dust, plagued by the demons of the underworld.
Nice. Wow, 2021. It's 2023 now. It's already 2 years old. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to play that as well at some point. And yeah, so Little Hope is just mwah, chef's kiss. It's an amazing game. I really, really enjoyed it. It's really cool. Like, absolute props to the game developers, to the story writers. Wonderful. Really, really well done. I would like to know, without watching all the different paths that we can go, but I still would like to know why I couldn't save Taylor. My suggestion is because I didn't have the knife. There was nothing I could stab with. The other problem I had is that for Daniel, I just missed the button prompt by a millisecond. I had it already and I pressed the button, but it was just over. So he died unfortunately because of that. And with John, I have no idea what happened there. I had that pole from the handrail and I was aiming at the demon's head and nothing happened. So I'm going to look that up because I'm really interested in what I was supposed to do there. But other than that, wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I love it. It's great. It's so atmospheric. It's a wonderful game. Even if you have watched me now play it for yourself, honestly, because there are so many different options and so many different ways you can go, and I will probably play it again for myself just to see if I can hopefully finally like make everyone survive. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm super happy that I played this. And I'm hoping that you are happy that you watched this. And I'm definitely extremely happy that you watched the whole season, let's call it, the whole game, that you watched the whole Let's Play. And I want to thank you so much for that. And yeah, I hope I'll see you all in one of the next games. Until then, take care and bye-bye.